Hey guys, today is September 7th, and I'm going to do just talk a little bit today. I've been busy with some projects, believe it or not, and I haven't been able to get on here. In fact, I haven't even done my shot for this week. I just remembered. I have shots are for me are on Tuesdays, so this is Friday. I've been so busy and I've thought about it, but I haven't stopped myself in what I was doing and go in the bathroom and do my shot. See what happens when you don't do that? For me, it's like that. But anyway, I want to just kind of update you guys of where I am. I have been sharing some just talking videos, nothing specific really happening, except for medical issues with me, and then a depression. And I've never been diagnosed of being in depression. I've been diagnosed of having PTSD from my injury at work and being medically retired at such a young age of 45. And so I think that kind of goes hand in hand. I call it depression because it seems like some of the symptoms other people talk about depression, but PTSD, I mean, there's a great, it's an umbrella for a lot of symptoms. And yeah, so I've been forcing myself, actually forcing myself to get it together because I'm tired of living the way I've lived the last year and a half. And the 22 pounds that I have gained, 20 pounds, 22 pounds, it fluctuates, has really, really played a role on me emotionally. Now, I was so proud because I went down into size 38 and I started at, excuse me, just ignore the phone, it's a solicitor. I started at 44. Now, I got as high as 250 pounds when I first was injured, and a lot of that was because they were putting steroids in me constantly. Every 2 years, I mean, for 2 years, every time they could put more steroids in me, they did. And I bloomed up. In fact, I didn't even look normal. I mean, pictures of me, and of course I won't show it because I don't really like to show before pictures. I just looked swollen and I have a red tint all over me. And so I ended up in 44s back then. And I eventually got down to 42s on my own, you know. And then when I started transitioning, I was in 42s. And then when I started juicing in 2014, and we started eating, changing our eating habits and our lifestyle. And I went down from 42 to 38, and that happened in 2017 is when I went down to 38s. And pretty much have been pretty good until this last year or so, where I kind of went off my diet and kind of got my stomach all craving crap again and eating crap. Pardon my French, but that's what I call it because it's anyway. So I've been really trying, and I've been doing these videos saying I'm going to work on the lifestyle change, make the shift, get back to the way we were eating and stuff. And finally, without talking about it, both my wife and I have shifted together without even trying. It's just been something we didn't decide, but we've been wanting to do. But then we just started doing it because we weren't. I think the I think we were so depressed about the way we were eating that it caused us to turn away from it. And slowly but surely, we've been cleaning our diets up and our palates and stuff. So I haven't had any processed sugar, and I don't think she has either. Uh, I still stay away from flour. It does cause migraines for me. It's a proven fact. Whenever I would buy donuts or something like that, or eat at my family's and eat consume of the bread in some way or shape or form, I would get a close to a migraine. I haven't had a full blown migraine in a long time, but I would get close. And my wife told me, she goes, I can see the pattern. It is the flour for you. I do get headaches, slight headaches in the weather. That's why I look the way I look. We've had a real nice week and a half of actually fall weather for us because we're usually in triple digits during the summer. And then all of a sudden, boom, it hit triple digits the last 4 or 5 days, and it just took everybody for a whirlwind. Everybody's like drained and depressed and too hot to do anything, and the allergies, the dust. When you drive from the mountaintops, you come in about 4,000 feet elevation and you come into ours, which we're in a toilet bowl. You can't see the city. It's so dirty. It's just dirty from the dust, the winds, the hot air. Uh, we don't have really any more of the fire air from all the fires around here. That was really, really bad for us. But I'm talking kind of fast because I'm trying to get a lot of this information in. So my wife and I have done a shift, and in that shift, uh, we have not gone back to juicing as of yet. I did juice a few times. Excuse me. Doesn't this always happen to me? But what I found is we haven't shifted into disciplining ourselves to drink the juice and not have anything else. And so one time I forgot to drink my juice, and my wife finally said, "I'm going to drink your juice for today." And I said, "Okay." I just forgot about it. So what we've done is we buy a salad pack that's already cut up of it's the spring mix, uh, green mix, whatever you want to call it. They've got smoothie greens, but this is basically what we buy is a spinach, dandelion, red leaf lettuce. I think there's something else in it. I can't remember. Not kale. There's something else in it. And we take a handful of that and we put it in our blender. And we use coconut milk, and we put chia seeds and fruits of our own. Like I'll use banana and blueberries, and once in a while I'll put a couple strawberries in. We will crack an egg in there. We buy organic cage-free eggs. We take our chances. We're not afraid of anything. Um, Let me think, what else do we put in there? I think that's about it. We were buying yogurt, but my wife noticed that she was getting really bloated, and so I just said, we don't have to buy it. But yeah, we drink that in the morning. We basically have our salad and fruit in the morning, and I know that we're getting nutrients first thing in the morning instead of we haven't had boxed cereal in ages, but we have been having organic stilled oats or just oatmeal, and I noticed that causes me to bloat, and I don't know why. The grains probably, I don't know. We don't eat a lot of grains. Once in a while, we'll eat some wild rice. Tony will make quinoa, I think that's how you pronounce it, and cuckoos, that stuff. Yeah, get me all my pronunciations, that's okay. Uh, so we've made the shift. We're eating good dinners. I'm barbecuing. We're steaming vegetables. And when we don't have fresh vegetables, if we didn't get to the store, we buy 2 or 3 days at a time. Tony we'll put some frozen vegetables in, because frozen vegetables is the next thing to fresh vegetables in my eyes. The canned vegetables all have preservatives and sugar in them, and I don't buy canned stuff. So anyway, I found some organic peeled already beets, and man, they're good. And they're vacuum packed, and I buy those, and we put them in our salads, or we put them in our smoothies even. They're really good. I love beets though. I'm a big beet person. So we finally made the shift, and hopefully I'm not worried about the weight anymore. It's going, as long as I feed my body and I feed it properly, I'm not going to be worried about it. I have to let that go because I'm doing the best I can. I'm good for 4 hours a day. I'm after about between 4 and 5. If I'm not careful and I push it any longer than that, what happens is my ankles get weak. I mean, my ankles are weak anyway, but they start rolling on me, and I broke a foot on it, and I've come off of a ladder and thrown the paint all over my windows in my house. Yeah, it's terrible. So I don't push myself anymore for that. So I do what I can each day, and then I realize I'm off my feet for a while, and then if I have to do something else in the evening, I'll do something simple. But so how am I? What am I doing to keep myself being active and stuff? I have decided to push through the abyss, and I'm doing the paint jobs I have put off for a couple years in our own house. So I have repainted the master bedroom. It was a light lavender color, and now it's a soft gray. It's actually called Wind's Breath, and with white trims. And it looks really nice, and it really needed some paint. We haven't touched that bedroom in a long time. So I pulled off all the baseboards, and I'm going to put new baseboards. We did it already in the halls and the living room and stuff. So I'm going to extend the baseboards into the master bedroom. And Tony will help me do that when we got some time together. So after I finished the master bedroom, I took a couple days, and I had to go out to the horses. One of our horses were lame, but it's not because of anything we've done. She had water sitting in her pen, and when horses stand in water a long time, they either get an abscess or they'll get something called thrush, where it's a bacteria that eats their frog and stuff in their hoof. So we doctored her up, and I've been out there every day giving her supplements and stuff, and she's pulled out of it, and we're happy. So I this week have started to. We've got Monday Night Football coming up, the first one, and we host the first one of the season. And I decided I got to do that front bathroom. I pulled off all the towel racks and patched all the holes, and it's been that way for like 2 seasons. And I thought, no one said anything or asked me, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint it. So I like the Wind's Breath so well that I put the Wind's Breath in the bathroom with the white trim, and it's coming along pretty good. Uh, I've also went on YouTube, and I was going to gut the tile or the tub and shower and put in a new enclosure. But when I was taking off the silicone around it, I noticed that it's a porcelain insert. So I thought, well, you know what? This would last a long time. They did get it kind of unlevel, but that's the way it's been for 30 plus years. I'm not going to trip on that. So I went on YouTube and found Rust-Oleum, and they have transformation kits, and they have a tub and tile transformation kit. So I'm going to do that and see how it turns out. I'll be taking before and after pictures, of course. I do with all my projects, just for my own satisfaction. So we'll see. And then I thought, I wonder if they do countertops, because we've got an old 80s countertop in that front bathroom, and I've stalled on getting a new one because when I checked into it, they wanted $700 for one because I have to special order it because of the size. And I thought, no, I'm not putting that money into that right now. So I'm going to do the countertop. If the tub turns out good, I'm going for the countertop, and I'll take pictures of that. So that's how I kind of snap myself out of it. I'm not saying I'm totally out of the fog. I still feel it in the back of me, and I just I just have to keep going. Just like I tell you guys and always have told you guys, keep your chin up, only handle the things you can control, and understand that the things you can't control, you got to let them go. And that's just what I'm doing. The things that I can control is what I put in my mouth, what I do with my body, what I do with my time. The CPAP, I've been on it for 3 weeks now, I think it is. I've had 2 episodes where I have taken the mask off and didn't know I took it off. And Tony's woke up to my snoring. And I have no clue. I can't even remember. And there's been a few times where I guess it's during the time where I'm not breathing really well. It's usually between 1 and 3. The air will come on like forcing it down my throat. But what happens is where it connects onto the face mask, it has vents, and so it blows into my face and it wakes me up. And so I turn it off and turn it on, wake myself up, adjust myself, and then I go back to sleep with the regular until I go back into the REM, I guess, or whatever I do. Uh, I haven't felt any changes. The difference is that I've only been out on the couch maybe twice, and that was in the earlier days of it. I have not been out on the couch the last week or so. And when I've woke up, I have turned around and went back to sleep. So I'm sleeping in the bed all night, and they say that it'll take probably about 3 months before you really start feeling any thing from it, any progress with your symptoms. So I'm going to lay that low, and just do it every day. I really don't care for the face mask. Uh, but I notice that I do open my mouth if I can't breathe, or if it's too forceful, I open my mouth. And I thought, well, if I have the nasal and it's too forceful in my nose, I'll just open my mouth, so it won't do me any good. So anyway, that's what's going on to me in 15 minutes. And I just want to share this because I'm always saying on my videos for guys out there that are depressed or that can't get motivated or whatever, I give them my advice. But here I am, and I'm living those symptoms with you. And this is what it's taken me about 1.5 years. And this is what I'm actually doing actually it's taken me 2 years. Let's say aftermath, 2 years, let's say. And I'm finally making a shift, and it's taken that long for me to understand. It's up to me. The bottom line is, you can't blame anybody else for the situation you're in. And if you're in a situation where you feel you can't get out, you need to seek help. There's got to be someone or something out there that can help you get out of such a negative environment or situation, whatever it may be. And if it's a job, start looking. Don't quit your job, but start looking for other jobs and start interviewing. And I learned a lesson. I quit a job one time thinking I could get a job right away with my experience, and no, it took me 1 year to get a job. And I had to take a part-time job to get my foot back into the door. I will never do that again, and I will never advise anybody. Don't just quit a job because you hate it. Stick it out until you interview and you go to another job. That's the only way. That's the only way to do it, because you're not guaranteed you're going to get a job right away. So I'm putting this out there, and I'm telling you guys that I'm with you. I understand a lot of things. And again, I'm always going to say, take it one day at a time, and always make your journey as simple as possible. You guys take care of yourself, and I'll be around. I'm going to be having surgery in a week and a half, but I'll probably do a video before then. Talk to you later.